Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about time management and routines. I talk a lot about routines on my channel, and today I want to share 10 tips that help me manage my days, a few things that I try to stay consistent with that help my days go a little smoother, and I hope that some of these tips could be helpful for you as well. A quick thanks to the sponsor of this video, Chomps. I absolutely love Chomps. I eat them all the time, and I usually pack them in my on-the-go backpack, which I take when I take the kids to their martial arts class every single day. My kids do wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and we're there almost every single day. I pack gym bags for the kids, and I bring my own backpack. And I always put a bunch of snacks in there. My personal favorite is the turkey, and I love that it has 10 to 12 grams of protein. So it's a quick way to fuel my body when I need a snack or a pick-me-up when I'm on the go. My kids love them too. I'm a big fan of the feel-good snacks, good source of protein with zero sugar. It's the perfect option for throwing in an on-the-go bag or traveling or whenever you need a pick-me-up. You can find more info in my description, but let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Tip number 1 for helping me manage my days is a solid morning routine. I talk a lot about this on my channel, and obviously this is something that is really essential. I like to get up really early. I was a little bit more sporadic with getting up early in the past. Of course, when my kids were babies, I got up early, but there have been times when I try to get more sleep in the morning. As of lately, I really need that early morning time. I look forward to that. It's a quiet time for me. I have my ritual of getting up and making coffee or tea, depending on how my body is feeling. As of lately, my body has been handling caffeine a lot better, and I love our espresso machine, so I've been making coffee, and I don't ever go out for coffee anymore. It's just nice to have our little station, and I look forward to that in the morning. Another way that I prepare for the day and a tip for how I manage my days is having quiet time in the morning. I think some type of spiritual practice is really important. I know that looks a little different for everyone. For me, I pray and I read my Bible. I'm reading through Proverbs right now, but I do jump around, and sometimes I'll listen to a message or I'll listen to a podcast. I'll just be silent and just kind of still. I love the stillness of the morning time. It's such a nice time to just kind of set your intention for the day and set your heart in the right place. The next tip for how I manage my days is keeping some sort of tidy routine, which I talk about this more in my previous video. I have several tips on how I try to keep our home tidy as I'm trying to be very quiet this morning putting the dishes away. It is a part of my morning routine to do a quick tidy before everybody gets up. As of lately, my husband's been waking up early with me as well, which has been really nice to have that quiet time in the morning together. But yeah, we cuddle the animals, we feed them first thing in the morning, and then the kids slowly start to wake up. But having some sort of cleaning routine, and I will link that video in my description. We have a very lived-in home, but I try to keep it as tidy as possible because I feel so much better and mentally clear with a tidy, clean home where everything has a place. And then, of course, the next part of my morning routine is exercise. When I was younger, my self-care and wellness routine looked very different. That has evolved over the years. In the past, it was lots of makeup and fashion and just having a lot of fun with that, which I still love that. But I've shifted my focus a little bit more on just overall health and wellness, right? So I work out for my mental health and for energy levels to keep up with my kids and my day and my life. I also struggle with those kind of winter blues. Being a California girl, now being in Tennessee, the winter is mild, but I still get those kind of winter blues. So getting my heart rate up, getting warmed up in the morning, and then also listening to a podcast, listening to a good book, and avoiding scrolling. Scrolling's just not good for my mental health. I find myself getting sucked into things I just do not want to be sucked into and focusing on things I just don't want to focus on. So I choose really uplifting podcasts and books. The next tip for managing my day is menu planning and meal prep. Lately, my husband reminded me how much we love deviled eggs. Every few days, I usually prep several boiled eggs for in the morning to have with fresh fruit and veggies or a bagel, but we've been making deviled eggs lately. Also, using an app like AnyList for keeping track of what's in your pantry and menu planning is really helpful. I like to put what we're having for dinner on the chalkboard because the kids ask, like, what are we having for dinner? So trying to stay on top of the menu planning, which I'm not always good about, but I'm trying to get much better with that system, especially since we spend our evenings, most evenings, at martial arts class with the kids doing their classes. I like to do the slow cooker meals so that they're ready when we get home, or just think ahead so we're not rushed or feeling tempted to eat out when we don't need to. So thinking about dinner earlier in the day. Also, another tip is packing a backpack, kind of having one ready to go. And this I usually take with us when we go to our extracurricular. Right now, the kids are doing the martial arts, but then in the spring, we have soccer. So we're pretty busy with that. And in my bag, I have my glasses. I have these AG1 vitamin D, vitamin K drops, because I have to make sure I take my vitamin D. And in case I forget to take my vitamins, I have that with me in my bag. I have a bunch of snacks that I put in my backpack, from like pretzels to nuts. Nuts are great. And of course, the chomps, because I love those, the kids love those, and I just really love that protein. I feel so much when I'm starting to get that like hunger and I'm like starting to feel like I might be like getting a little grumpy. That protein boost makes me feel so much better. I also keep several books in my backpack that I'm reading along with my kids. So my second grader is reading the Bear Grylls series. My fifth grader is reading Marjorie and Wonder. So I'm reading through those with them so that we could chat about it. And then I have my planner, which I need to get a new planner for the new year. So if you have a suggestion of a good one, let me know. And then I have a bag with like deodorant wipes and hand sanitizer. And what else do I have in there? Oh, I have chapstick, like the Aquaphore stick. And I have electrolytes. Sometimes I'll let the kids have that after they're wrestling because they get all sweaty. What else do I have? Oh, I have hand cream. And then I also keep like Tylenol and Benadryl in there just in case. Always good to have that. And then the asthma medicine. I also have another little bag with some highlighters and pens. I love these highlighters. They're like crayon highlighters. They're great for using in your Bible, but I also just use them for books and pens and all of that fun stuff. So I have a bag just for that. And then I think that's pretty much it. So I always like to have a backpack packed and ready to go with snacks. And we go to the library for one of their STEM classes, and then the Y has classes for homeschool families. So sometimes I'll pack a bag with their school books as well. The next tip would be time blocks. Time blocks are huge for me. So creating a schedule where we work within blocks of time. So I have my morning routine, which typically goes till about 8 o'clock. Then we start the school routine, which is about 8 to 12. Then we have our lunch time, which is about an hour. After that, that's when I sit down and do my work. So I do admin. That's when I schedule, plan, pay my bills. What else? Oh, edit or think of content. That's when I reply to business emails or write outlines and send them to brands that I'm working with, or I bill brands I'm working with. This is a good time for me to film as well. My husband usually films in the morning while the kids and I are doing the homeschool routine. So we do try to keep within these blocks of time to get everything done. And of course, I love routine, but I love to switch things up too. So we don't always have like a perfect routine every day, but we're trying to get better because we definitely feel a lot better when we have those routines. And then finally, number 10 is a bedtime routine. So having a cup of tea and winding down. Also, my kids love a cup of tea before bed, and it's something I really try to model, encourage, and support within our entire family because it's important for all of our mental health to have these routines, morning routines, bedtime routines, cleaning routines, hygiene. I believe we can all benefit from these types of routines. I love listening to the Aura app for relaxing sounds or stories. And I take my magnesium before I go to bed. And I was sent, Current Body sent me the sauna blanket. Oh, my mom got me these steam eye masks too. Those are fun. They smell like lavender. Those are fun to take on airplanes too. But yeah, they sent me this sauna blanket, which I was so excited about. And it's been a minute. They sent it to me a few weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to try it until recently. And I tried it, and oh my gosh, it is so amazing. I feel like it's going to get me through the winter. It's almost euphoric. It feels so good. You could do like a lower temperature just to be warm, but you can also get it pretty hot so that you start sweating. And listening to the Aura app, having the diffuser going while being in the sauna blanket, it's like a spa day. It's just so, so, so awesome. I love it so much. And then that gets me ready for bed so I could go to sleep on time and wake up in the morning and start all over again. So these are just a few tips for how I manage my days. I hope that sharing this with you gives you some ideas, and I hope that you enjoyed this video as well. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye.